It's Mix 107.5, 9:37 on this Tuesday morning. It's March 24th. Duffy Moon hanging out with the Mix Mornings team here live on the radio on Mix 107.5. Joining us on the phone, and we're super excited to have him on the radio to get us some information. Drew Dostel is on the phone with us. Drew is the chief executive out at Plains Regional Medical Center, PRMC, also on the trustee board there. We want to welcome you first to the radio. Thanks for coming on with us this morning.
Good morning, Duffy. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I suspect you're not busy at all, Drew, right? I mean, you're just probably sitting around just waiting for the call, right?
Yeah, that's right. We're just kind of hanging out eating bonbons.
Yeah, that's right. If only. Drew, the reason we reached out to you, and we appreciate you and your office working with us, there's been information that's kind of released out there. There's also some confusion surrounding it, and we really wanted to go straight to the source and to try and clarify what's going on. Information about a positive COVID-19 test that started circulating yesterday. Drew, what can you tell us? What are the facts that you can release at this time?
Well, Duffy, honestly, the facts are that, yes, in Curry County, there is one diagnosis of a positive COVID-19 test. That just came out yesterday. It was almost in real time how people were getting it, and the CDC and the New Mexico Department of Health have been really leading the way on a lot of this stuff. So they roll it out, and we get it almost the same time as the community does, to tell the truth. We get it a little bit before, but not much. So that is the truth. We do have one positive case, and it's not a surprise. We've been training for this. We've been talking about it. The whole world's been talking about it for 2 months now, and we've watched the communities in our surrounding areas get cases. Everybody's been tracking it, I'm sure, and it was just a matter of time before it got to our county.
And Drew, I agree with you. I think it's a matter of time, and I do believe we're going to see more cases in counties that are, obviously close to home here. That being said, can you verify at this time? And if the answer is no, because of HIPAA laws and all that, we totally understand. But that being said, there's been a little bit of confusion that the test did come back positive from Plains Regional Medical Center. However, the person that was tested may or may not reside in a surrounding county. They may not reside in Curry County or Roosevelt County or somewhere else relatively close. Are you able to verify whether or not that person lives in either Curry or Roosevelt County or in close proximity?
I think at this date and time, we can safely say that in Curry County is the place of residence that we have on record. And that's about all we really can tell you.
Okay. And that's fair enough. And if you don't mind me asking, Drew, again, because it's Drew Dostel who's joining us here on the radio, Plains Regional Medical Center, and just trying to get you the information as it's verified. I don't think it gets more verified than coming from your mouth, Mr. Dostel. So we appreciate you spending time with us. Can you kind of explain, because there has been, we live in a time where information starts flowing, as you said a moment ago, almost in real time. And a lot of times that information isn't verified, or, it's like the old telephone game where one person says it and then it becomes something else, and then it becomes something else, and then it becomes something else. Can you explain just a little bit for listeners why it is that you can't immediately release that information? In other words, why yesterday at X time the information wasn't released right then and there that yes, it's positive and yes, it's in Curry County?
So with COVID-19, there's been a real specific process that's been pretty much defined by the Department of Health and also by the governor's office of how they want the messaging to go out and when. So, you can't go in real time also because of the fact that the patient has to be notified first and their physician. So you have to go through that whole process. As soon as we get the test, we're not going to jump on the phone and say, hey, let's get this out to the public, because we have to follow those steps so that everybody's notified in the chain of care for this person. Obviously, they're probably more worried about it than the rest of the community, I would think. So we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can for them.
Absolutely, and that's totally understandable. Do you have any idea, Mr. Dostel, do you have any idea when the New Mexico Department of Health or the CDC are going to update their numbers to include that? Is that information passed on to you, or are we all pretty much in the same boat just waiting to see?
Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat on that. I was a little surprised myself to not see that updated, but I assume that they will update it and get the numbers in the right place. I'm not sure why it shows up the way it does.
But really want to clarify that that's not on the local level. That's on the state level that it's not getting updated. So in other words, it's not PRMC. It's not you at the local hospital level, local healthcare that is making that decision. That's being made on the state level, correct?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. It's at the state level. They're trying to be as transparent with everybody as they can. I think, I have no idea. I can't speculate why it ended up in the wrong bucket, but for whatever reason it did, it has nothing to do with our reporting.
Sure. And but just to clarify one more time, there is a positive case that was tested out of PRMC. Best we can tell, the residence of record right now is Curry County, and that's really the information that we have, correct?
That is the information that we have. So our suggestion, of course, is that people keep doing the same thing that we've been doing, just like before we had a diagnosis, and that socially distance yourself, listen to what the governor is saying. She's speaking out of a great deal of knowledge. Wash your hands, cough into your sleeve if you feel ill. If you're not deathly ill, if you're not having breathing problems, you probably don't need to come to the hospital. You can actually call 1-855-600-3453. That's actually the coronavirus hotline. It's 855-600-3453. Obviously, we don't want people to run to the ER for a sniffle because we don't want to clog up the ER for people who we're going to be able to treat. Because obviously, most people with coronavirus, I know people have been studying this stuff, so I'm telling you what you already know. A lot of people won't need real treatment. They'll need to stay at home for several days, 2 weeks, and just take care of themselves. But we need to save the room for the people who need respirators or fluid resuscitation. That would be, IVs and things like that. So we just want folks to be mindful and careful and take care of your neighbors.
Drew Dostel on the phone. We're going to let you go with that. We appreciate your transparency. We appreciate you coming on the radio this morning and clearing up what has been a little bit of confusion. Thank you so much for your time. We wish you the best, and go wash your hands, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Duffy. Will do.
All right, that's Drew Dostel. He's the administrator at Plains Regional Medical Center, PRMC, and a great guy. We appreciate him coming on Mix 107.5. Again, just to reiterate, yes, one positive case. It has now been verified that the positive case residency of record is here in Curry County.